Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to cover the process of collecting email addresses to grow your list. If you're new to the channel, I discuss strategies and techniques for building email lists. If you're interested in learning more about email list building, then be sure to check out the first link in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into it. What you see up on the screen right here is the basic process for capturing an email. At the beginning right here, what we have is the ad. I got to tell you, people get carried away with this. What it comes down to is it's simply just the item to notify a potentially interested individual of a product or service that they may be interested in. And that's all it is. And ads come in many different forms, but just know that we start with an ad. The second part of our process, the basic process, is a value offer. We've got to give them a reason to come take a look at us. What did we advertise? What could you get? And what kind of value is it to you? And in this case, what we're looking for is enough value for somebody to exchange their email. Does the product have enough value for that particular person that has a potential interest in your product to give up their contact information? So that's what we're looking for in the value offer. What happens after the value offer, if the person decides they want the value offer, is that they exchange their email address for that value. And what happens in that scenario is that the product is delivered and the email is collected for us to use later on down the line. Now that, in the short version, is the email opt-in process. It's very, very, very simple. People make this an incredibly complicated thing, but in short, it's announce to the world that you have something of value in an area they're interested in, and then ask for their email address, deliver the product. That is it. It is that simple. Now, from here, we're going to get a little bit more complicated, but at the end of the day, it is still a very simple process. There's just a few other steps that allow this simple process to be explained a little bit better. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to open up this flowchart. This flowchart has the same name, and as you'll see, ads is right here. The landing page is right here. That would be the value where you create the value offer. And then you can see both over here and over here in this section, we have the same exact split off where it's this side over here is delivery and this side over here is where we collect the email. But it's just broken down a little bit more so that you get a better understanding. So starting back up here with the ads section, really I pretty much said everything I needed to say in the first slide about ads. Ads are simply just a way to notify the individual, and we can actually use free or paid ads in this scenario, or a combination of both of them. And what I like to do with my ads is direct people to a YouTube video. And let me explain why I direct to a YouTube video. And that is simply just so I can warm up the potential prospect. You know, at this point, they're not even a prospect. They're just more of a, I've heard in the past the term suspect be labeled to somebody who has maybe a passing interest or just a look or a gander. That is what's referred to as, in many cases, a suspect. And what we want to do is make them a prospect, and we do that by warming them up. And today, a great way to do that is through video. So that's why I drive my ads to YouTube videos. And then from the YouTube videos, I then go to my landing page. After I've warmed them up to an idea, a concept, a subject matter, something like that. And then I take them and I say, hey, if you want to learn more about this, head on over to this landing page for this insert your valuable offer here, whatever that might be, ebook, PDF, whatever additional video, small course, whatever. But you're going to get that to them for free or slightly for free. Really, all you're going to be giving it to them for is their email address, just their email address. After this person submits an email address, what happens is two things unfold. And I want to tell you that all these blocks in here, most of them, you set them up at the beginning. Well, as a matter of fact, all of them you set them up at the beginning. And then much of it is automated. The computer, your email provider, takes care of most of the work that I'm showing you. Case in point is that once they submit the email, they go down this track right here, and the email is sent to their inbox from the mailing provider. It's an email that you set up at the beginning. The mailing provider sees that there is an incoming opt-in. They send that email, and then they take that email address and they put it in your list. On the other side, over here, what happens upon the email submit is that the potential person is taken to an instruction page. And on that instruction page, you tell that person what it is you want them to do. At this point, they've made enough micro commitments that they're going to follow your instruction. Micro commitments meaning that they clicked on an ad, which is an incredibly small micro commitment, and then sometimes it's just a mistake. But they've micro committed with an ad, they've micro committed by watching a YouTube video, they've micro committed by going to your landing page, and they've micro committed by submitting their email address. All right, so at this point we have 1, 2, 3, 4 micro commitments. That is, again, looking at the ad, number 1, watching the YouTube video, number 2, number 3 is going to the landing page, and number 4 is the submit. They become a potential subscriber at that point. Now, at that point, upon the submit, they are taken to the instruction page, and that's where you tell them what it is you want them to do. And in this case, what we want them to do is go into their inbox, find the email, and you're going to give them some tips like look in your promotions folder, look in your spam folder. Maybe you're a Gmail user and Gmail decided to filter your mail into spots that you may not want it, but that's where you might find it. So you tell them that stuff. In addition, what I love to do in this section right here is tell people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. You've already had enough micro commitments at this point to say that they're interested enough to go through these steps, these 4 steps of micro commitment, that they're interested in your subject matter. So it's a great time to build a YouTube channel by asking them to subscribe. And they're doing this while they're waiting for the system to send them the automated email. And you can be completely upfront with this because at this point in the game, everybody knows that you're not individually sending them, that it's pretty much automated. And if they don't, it doesn't really matter anyway. You're just telling them, in the meantime, while the server sends an email, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get the latest releases of videos I make about this particular subject. Okay, so when they read that, they follow it. They will follow it because they've already done 4 steps of micro commitment. This is just the 5th in a series. So they click, they find the email, and they click the link in there. Now, that does 2 things. The first thing it does is it delivers them to a site with the product, with whatever product that you presented in your landing page. That's where they get the product. The other thing it does, and this is all behind the scenes, where that now subscriber doesn't even know what's happening, is that over here, before they click that link, they had entered the email list and became a potential subscriber. Now, once they have clicked, they become a confirmed subscriber. Now they are on your list, and what that does is the mailing provider begins to send them a sequence of emails. Now this sequence of emails is something that you provide and you set up, and the total purpose of this is to get this person to have top of mind awareness of your service, product, subject matter. Whatever it is you're trying to convey to people, you're going to get the chance to be top of mind awareness by sending them emails on a regular basis. Again, this is something you set up one time and you forget it and it becomes automated. You can set it up so it's daily email for 365 days, or you can do it once every 3 days or once a week. I suggest something like every 3 days to 10 days, somewhere in that window, just so you're not harassing and bugging them. However, in the beginning, what we want to do, and this is something that I do, is that I send a more rapid sequence in the beginning. So I will do a daily email for 3 to 5 days, and then I'll back off after that and send them something that I shoot for. It's 50 emails a year, and then you have what's called broadcast emails. So if you have something special to say, you can go in and send an email through the system the same way as you would send any other email. But you have the automated version, and then you have the broadcast. So if there's something special you want to announce, like you've just released a brand new awesome YouTube video and you want to tell them about it, in addition to the fact that they probably should be a subscriber of yours, that again allows them to an opportunity to subscribe, because of course you're going to put that in the broadcast email. And in every one of these sequence emails, you're going to encourage them to go and subscribe. So that is the process. I know I have a lot of scribbles on the page here, but it really is a basic process, and there are some tools out there that are all-in-one tools that you can build this in one place. You can build your web pages. There are a few web pages here. There's the web page here. It's a landing page. There's a web page here, and there's a web page right here. I don't want to say that your website has to be complicated. It is incredibly easy. If that is something that scares you, then don't let it be. As a matter of fact, if you're not technically savvy, if you don't know how to build web pages, you're actually in a better position, because I, on the other hand, was an IT guy for 17 years professionally, and I've been involved in writing code and so forth since, well, actually before the 90s. I wrote my first web page in 1995, and I can tell you today that that sort of hinders me, because today our target is building an email list. That is our target. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to learn web development, but there are great tools out there to get this done, and they're all-in-one tools. If this kind of scares you, like how am I going to do this and how can I do that, I'll have additional stuff forthcoming that will show you the tool that I use and how that gets done. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.